stadium is full. The anticipation is mounting. Floodlights are coming on, and the scene is set. Here we go.
Welcome to Senegal, the heart of West Africa. A land of breathtaking beauty, rich history, and rugged landscapes. Senegal is a tapestry woven with diverse cultures, traditions, and a deep-rooted sense of community. And at its center lies the national phenomenon of Laamb. Laamb, Senegal's traditional sport, is a unique blend of wrestling stars from across the globe. The ancient wrestling practice has existed for generations, pitting fierce competitor against fierce competitor, showcasing the strength and beauty of the nation of Senegal. This is pageantry. This is spirituality. This is physicality. My name is Lahiff, and this is Laamb.
Whilst we're right in the midst of the rainy season here in Senegal, with humidity climbing by the day, not a drop of water has fallen this week in Dakar. Although the rainfall in Senegal might be irregular and unpredictable, one thing remains constant. Each week, amateur and professional fighters from across the country will go toe-to-toe in winner-takes-all wrestling showdowns. In the days leading up to fights, competitors from all walks of life will head to gyms, beaches, and any open spaces available to them to train their minds and their bodies ahead of what could be transformative battles. Laamb isn't just a sport, a hobby, or a form of entertainment. It's a way of life.
Laamb is one of the foremost experts on Senegal's traditional sport. Bakay is a griot, a West African storyteller who helps record and preserve oral history. He also hosts Bantamba, the most popular wrestling TV show in the country, and often commentates on big matches. Bakay, ça va?
Bonjour. Good morning.
Thank you for having me. Could you please tell us a little bit about the origins of Laamb?
Laamb ñun dañu juddu rek fekk fi lamb mais bu dee discipline sportive bi gën a populaire au Sénégal lamb la ñëpp am mbër fii ak personnalité boo mën a doon même bu dee marabu nga même bu dee kilifa goo mën a doon am nga mbër ñëpp bëgg lamb ñëpp bëgg lamb amul benn semaine boo xamee di nga toog te lamb du am.
Could you explain to someone who's never watched Laamb how it works?
mais daanu partout dans le monde daanu mooy à terre boxeur boo ko dóoree bu daanoo mooy kawoo noonu nga nekkee ci suuf noonu lay daanoo bëree aussi ou bien ñu dóor la nga daanu wala ñu mbot la wala ñu yenu la dóor ci suuf mais boo xësee ba sa fees sa dos nekk ci suuf daanu nga boo defee 4 appuis sa ñaari loxo sa ñaari oom daanu nga buñ la dóoree aussi nga blessé fenn mënatoo bëre décision médicale la tu perds le combat dañuy jox sa adversaire victoire.
What should we expect to see at the arena this week?
Culture, jeunesse, sport. boo duggsee le lutteur bu ñëwee li ñuy jëkk def mooy ñu tëggal ko mu fecc mu wane culture am mu fecc wane façon am parce que ethnie bu ne ak ni nu lay tëggale écrit bu ne ak galañ bi mu moom kon loolu ci wàllu culture la bokk booy ñëw et puis ak it yéen a ngi gis giri yi les saafara yi yooyu ci culture bi la bokk saafara yi taxul nga gañe de mais day yokk rek moral loolu mooy làmb sport bi tuuti la sport bi moo ci gën a tuuti parce que sport bi bëri bi kese la mais li ci des yëpp parce que manifestation 5 heures de temps manifestation 4 heures de temps amul fenn football 90 minutes la mu jeex da ngeen fay def 2 heures de temps peut-être mu jeex mais làmb nga ñëw 3 heures toog fa ba 21 heures 15 heures ba 21 heures loolu moo lay woon lépp du sport culture moo ci ëpp sport bi lu tuuti la.
Can you tell me a little bit about how the wrestling schools work?
école de lutte bi nag dafa gën a bari léegi on est peut-être à mu ëpp nañu 250 000 écoles de lutte yoo xamante ni ñu ngi fi te bu ci nekk lu mu néew am na 70 élèves te école de lutte yi dafay jàppale jeunesse bi parce que xale yi liggéeyuñu jànguñu lamb la ñu yaakaar.
Dakar, you've mentioned there's fights every week in Dakar. Could you tell us a little bit about the fight this weekend?
Gris Bordeaux Ama Baldé Sénégal yëpp ñu ngi koy xaar mu doon combat boo xam ne combat bu am solo si carrière ñaari mbër yi. Gris Bordeaux xeex la mën et puis mu bokk ci écurie bu baax muy écurie Fass mooy leader écurie. Ama Baldé dafa bokk foo xamante ni Pikine mooy li ma leen doon wax léegi ci banlieue bi amuñu leneen lamb la ñu am xamuñu leneen lamb la ñu xam.
As we learn from Bakay and Bay, this weekend's headline fight between Gris Bordeaux and Ama Baldé will take place at Senegal's National Wrestling Arena.
Gris Bordeaux will be fighting under the banner of Écurie Fass, one of the oldest and most respected wrestling schools in all of Senegal. We're lucky enough to have been welcomed into the inner sanctum of Écurie Fass, where we're going to chat to a man who has shaped the past, present and the future of this great school, wrestling trainer Kati Diop. This is where you start. Oh yeah. It's a lot softer than the Piazza di Santa Croce in Florence. It's actually comparably a cushion. Let's get amongst it. Cathy,
ouais.
Nice to meet you.
Max,
Ça va?
na nga def?
Je suis magnifique.
maa ngi fii.
Magnifique.
I do very fine.
I'm fine.
Nice.
Could you tell us a little bit about Écurie Fass?
bon nekk na première écurie yu Sénégal. waaw man nag Fass may l'entraîneur principal. donc yàlla def na ma teel a am sama diplôme d'entraîneur depuis 1971. 3 formes lutte yi nekk ci Sénégal yëpp dama ko def parce que y avait 3 formes la lutte avec frappe la lutte olympique et la lutte traditionnelle te bu ci nekk naa ci champion.
Who are the most well-known fighters out of Écurie Fass?
kii formé écurie bi ñu koy wax Mbaye Gueye le tigre de Fass donc moom moo formé mooy mbër bi gën a siiw au Sénégal mbër mooy gën a siiw tamit moo formé si écurie bi donc boo giseen gabarit max la yoroon il était bien bâti il s'entraînait il était un ancien militaire fi ñu toll nii bon Gris Bordeaux moo fi gën a siiw mooy l'actuel tête de file parce que toujours kii di jiitu mooy tête de file c'est Gris qui mooy tête de file de l'écurie.
Cathy,
Ouais.
the most important question. Could you turn me into a champion wrestler?
man mun naa ko def champion parce que il a un bon gabarit taille bi poids bi mu yor il a un bon gabarit dans 3 mois ñu travaille matin soir ma def ko champion ñëpp Sénégal ñëpp di gis ne def naa ko champion 3 mois 3 months.
3 months.
Ouais.
Right, let's get stuck in, shall we? Can I join in? At the back. I'm in. Yes, lads. We're just walking.
beneen enchaîner ak moom beneen 10 11 bien joué 12 13 bien joué 14, je jouais et 15.
Je suis très fatigué, hein?
Passation.
Oh, pass. That one. Oh, so I just go like that?
Ok.
Down here? Sorry.
Bon, ñun nag fii anciennement parce que suñu foog may wax affaire suñu ancienneté amul du ñu choisir que nga war a toll nii nga taille courte wala nga am costaud mais bu ñu sañoon moo nga am un bon gabarit parce que dañu naan mbër moom boo ko séenee de loin comme moom ni bu ñëwee mu tolloo fële boo ñëwee rek ma daan ne mais kii c'est un lutteur ou bien donc ba 100 mètres maa ngi naan kii max ndax lutteur la wala déet donc mais anciennement aajul woon que nga am kii parce que ñëpp ay bëri.
C'est pour te dire que tu fais partie de nous maintenant. benn ñaar ñett face.
Yeah, that was the warm-up. It's pretty tasty. I'm fully dusted. Everyone's lovely. Go on then. Show me some stuff. Like that. Got you. Thanks. Yeah.
Here we go. No more. Nena baja por myself.
Thank you. Awesome.
Winning a Laamb fight isn't just about being the strongest, fittest, fastest wrestler. Some combatants believe that fights can be decided almost purely on the prowess of their supporting shamans, or Marabu, as they're better known in Senegal.
Here in Yanda, almost 2 hours south of Dakar, lives well-known Marabu Curie, who has kindly welcomed us to his village, where we can learn a little more. Curie,
Sorry.
ça va?
Ça va bien.
I would just like to ask you about the spiritual side of Laamb.
Lamba ak ñaan ñoo yem. Lamba boo ngemboo kese doo dem da ngay ñaanlu mun a ñaan bi jàpp maanaam yéen boo ñaanee rek yàlla nangu ko nga mën a am jàmm xam nga sumeeku dafa miti yaa ngi dégg lu ma la wax bu baax sumeeku dafa miti nga sumeeku di bore nit yi yëpp di la xool day na waar de foog nga def ñaan.
What exactly does a Marabu do?
li ñuy def xam nga ñaan dafa baax maanaam daf lay aar ci lu bari maanaam li ñuy débat yi ñuy def ak ñaan yi ci la bokk mais boo ñaanul dara nga ne damay takk sama ngëm nga dem taatu neen rek.
Do Marabu ever curse other fighters, like opponents of the fighter that you're blessing?
waaw dañ koy takk kay kii bu doon boreeg Modou wala mu boreeg keneen am na loo xam ne bu ma ko defee maanaam bu ma ko tekkiwul mën na jaar foofu mu yàq yaram bi xam-xam mu ñuul fii lañ koy fekk fii lañ koy bàyyi. mbot bi bu ma ko jëloon tey jël musóoru soxna bi ma am lu ma def sef ko mbot bi bu dee yaakaar naa du baax de.
As a professional rugby player for Bristol Bears this season, we just missed out on the playoffs by 1 point. I've had the odd injury with my calves and stuff. I was wondering if you would be kind enough to offer me a blessing for success with this coming season.
mën naa ñaan ci yàlla nangu yàlla ko yàlla nangul ci kattan yàlla mën naa la ñaanal. samyaro chayam. Rok Sangamar, Rok Sangamar. Jifiji ho Jifiji ho Java. Rok Falagan Naman Tangol. Jifi Java, Jivati Java. Jivi.
So, I've just been blessed. It was truly unique and quite extraordinary. It's quite an intimate interaction with you and with the shaman. He's very much in your face. You can hear his breathing, the sort of incantations as he's blessing you. It's a special experience, no doubt. Who can say what I really heard? But it got a little eerie, actually. Yeah. Fantastic. Hopefully, playoffs, here we come. Woof, Prem champs.
It's the day of the big fight here in Dakar. Although it's a hot and humid 29 degrees, that's not dampened the spirits of the thousands of spectators heading to the National Wrestling Arena.
It's immediately impressive. This arena in itself is actually like a 30,000 capacity stadium. It's very intimate, it's very tall. And the sort of the drums, the pageantry, the dancing from the fighters, the way they interact with the crowd just creates a very electric atmosphere. It's incredibly emotional. So this is Amabaldi, he's the main event. He's like Bordeaux, and right now he's it is quite massive. It's a big old boy, isn't it?
As expected, each wrestler, surrounded by an entourage of supporters, performed a mass of enthralling dances before their fight. It appeared that it wasn't good enough to just best your opponent in the ring. You also had to outshine them on the dance floor.
It's a special place. As you can tell, the atmosphere is very heavy. Huge amounts of emotion being spent from all over the place, from the fighters, from the crowd. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? So right now, I believe Free Bordeaux has just entered the building. As you can see, his entourage is right there, preparing his Marabu sort of black magic, if you like.
Alongside the dancers, wrestlers and their Marabu took part in several rituals. For the two headliners, these rituals lasted well over 2 hours, with the fighters making their way around the arena as other battles took place. While some fights lasted near on a minute, others were over in seconds. One early competitor was so disappointed with his defeat, he refused to leave the arena and had to be carried out by his coach.
As you can see, they take losing rather personally. That was a grievous dishonor. His coach can barely get him off the pit. But as you can see, he's very disgruntled that he's lost. That is wild, isn't it? Despite our conversation with Curie, I had no idea how elaborate these Marabu rituals could be. Some of these guys bring out so much paraphernalia, so like powders, bits of animal, waters of the blessed differently. And then you do certain dances around the arena. It is wild. So that's Amabaldo's acting Marabu. Used to be a fighter. I think I've just been blessed again, thankfully. I've never seen a sport with so much like ritualistic culture to it. It's incredible. Like all of these people around Amabaldi are like immediate family members. Like wrestling's very much the part of their lifeblood. Stadium is full. The anticipation is mounting. The floodlights are coming on, and the scene is set. Here we go. Instant KO.
After half a dozen curtain raiser bouts, it was time for the main event. Both fighters entered the ring to perform the last of their rituals, with Amabaldi seemingly doing everything he could to disrupt Gris Bordeaux's routine and throw him off his game. Soon enough, after much hype and anticipation, the fight was on. After a slow start populated by some extended rounds of hand fighting, the showpiece clash between Amabaldi and Gris Bordeaux soon evolved into an epic contest.
Good underhooks.
Grapple followed grapple.
Oh, he's gone for the takedown.
Punch followed punch.
Oh. Like that. Bosh. Yeah, that right's like a sledgehammer.
And after more than 4 minutes of action, things reached a climax when the referee called halt to play.
So there's been blood stoppage.
While Gris Bordeaux recovered on the sidelines, his opponent entertained the fans in the ring. And eventually, the referee declared a winner.
That's it. Sadly, it was concluded in that way, but that is the brutal nature of Laamb. Some kind of pageantry / RugbyPass. He makes it striking. It's just like so easy for something like that to happen, especially with men this size. To be fair, that was such a great fight. That's all she wrote. Amabaldi with victory by decision.
Gris Bordeaux was unable to continue, and Amabaldi was the champion.
Sadly, that concludes my time with Laamb. It has been truly a treat and a privilege. I've learned so much, met so many wonderful people. From the grassroots training to the Marabu of the Senegalese countryside, it has been truly special. And I was honored to get to watch it at the highest level. That's Lahiff signing off in Laamb.